Hi, I am being very cautious in my swing today. My son hung the swing in this beautiful tree the other day, and then shortly after he hung it, he flipped backwards out of it. So I'm going to try and not provide you with too much entertainment today because what I really want to do is give you some encouragement. Today, I want to talk about um, when we find ourselves in places where we've kind of given up, like we don't feel like we have any hope. It kind of appears that there may not be any way out of where we have landed. Um, my encouragement to you is that there is hope. There is a way to get out of, if you found yourself in a bad place, there is a way to get out of that. And I can speak from experience because that's happened to me in my life. Um, I got to a place where, I was just so down and depressed, and I just felt like there was no way out. It was just easier to give up because I just didn't feel like there was anything, beyond where I was. But that was a lie. And I'm so glad that God revealed that to me. And He came to me where I was and revealed to me that, you know, a lot of times things happen to us and it's kind of secondary. It's really not our fault. But many, many, many times we are where we are because of the choices that we have made. And that was my experience. I was making really, really bad choices in my life. And I was partying, and to be quite frank with you, I was having a great time, but it was very temporal. And as soon as that good time was over, it immediately became damaging to my life. And so that's when um, I just gained the knowledge that in order to change, I was going to have to change the choices I was making. Because, if you continue to make the same choice and you do the same things, you're going to stay in the same place. You're going to experience the same things. Change doesn't just happen. We have to participate in the change. It's an active thing. And so that is what I began to do. I started making better choices for myself. And that number one included losing a lot of friends, that they weren't really friends to begin with, but they were just hanging around as long as the good time lasted. As soon as the good time was over, they were out the door. And, some of those relationships were kind of hard to separate from because I, did consider some of these people my friends, but it was essential that I sever relationships if I wanted to have better for myself. And that's what I did. And that it is so possible. It's not always easy. It wasn't easy for me. But the more I did making better choices and kind of getting through those first few hurdles, and things started getting better, and once things started getting better, it motivated me to continue because, God created us for a victorious path. And as soon as we realize that and accept that and start making choices like we believe it, the sooner we're going to start experiencing it and walking it out. And I'm telling you, I will take this lasting joy over some temporary um, fun any day of the week. And that's my encouragement to you. I don't know where you are. You may be all the way down to the bottom. You may be clawing your way out right now. You may be headed to the bottom. But wherever you are right now, I want you to just stop. And I want you to just evaluate the things in your life. Is this where you want to be? Number one. Is where you are right now going to take you to where you want to be? Are the choices you're making right now going to take you where you want to be to live the life that you desire to live? Um, that's really all I have. That's just my encouragement to you is to just stop and start making the change. Start participating in the change in your life, because God has so much better for you than some little temporary fun. He's got a lifetime of walking out some eternal joy, and um, that's just my experience. That is my advice, and take it or leave it. But I'm telling you that I've lived both sides, and I wouldn't go back for anything. God is good, always good, and He's never going to give up on you. He's there. Don't let the enemy lie to you and tell you that you've done things that God can't forgive you for, because number one, if you are a Christian, you've already been forgiven. Just believe it. Don't buy into the lie that you've made your bed and now you have to lie in it, because that's not true. You don't have to lie in that bed. You have the choice to get up. You have the choice to get up and walk out the victory that God created you to walk out. So be encouraged and be blessed today.